Oh, it's Buffy. It's Angels, right? That's the show we're doing. I'm Daniel Ehrenberg. That's Logan. He watched these episodes for the first time. I watched them as a rewatch situation. And this week we're talking about season 5, episode 14 of Buffy, Crush, and season 2, episode 14 of Angel, which is the Thin Deadline. Um, Couple of outlier episodes, but interesting. Let's get into them. Logan, what's going on?
I actually forgot to watch them.
Oh, we should record this tomorrow then.
All right, we'll be back later, guys. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I was just kidding, by the way. I did
I
watch
know.
them.
I don't
Oh, okay, okay.
I got that it was a bit.
I
I
agree.
was just giving
Some
us a pause so we can come back in.
two weird episodes.
Yeah.
Really, like you could take them out of the run of the show, probably. I mean, probably
Yeah.
not. But I feel like they're not that consequential. They don't like. I don't know. Weird.
These are two episodes that like I was sort of waiting for when I rewatched the show for the first time. Like, okay, so I'd watched it on the air and now I'm rewatching it on DVD for the first time. And it's like Buffy, it's like, what was that one where like Drusilla was tied up? What was going on there? And with Angel, it was like, isn't that episode coming up with the zombie cops? Isn't that a
Yeah.
thing? Yeah, you
Well, I
kind of
will.
remember them as weird little outliers.
I'll tell you about the Buffy episode. I was worried throughout. I was like, is Drusilla gonna die? Is Spike gonna die? Is Harmony gonna die? Like there were characters that their fate was pretty up in the air. But now that I've finished the episode, it's like that was a weird episode.
Harmony was in peril, maybe, but
I
I
thought all three of them possibly. I didn't know.
no, I feel like Drusilla is so tied into this season of Angel, it would be super odd to kill her off on Buffy without Darla there.
But it would have made sense for the arc of Spike, like him killing Drusilla to prove to Buffy that he loved Buffy. I thought that would have really meant something. But then Buffy, like, being like, oh, it doesn't mean anything to me. I knew he wasn't going to do it then because it wouldn't have
Yeah.
made any sense. Like, you know,
Yeah, and then he just throws a tantrum.
yeah,
Um,
classic Spike.
yeah. All right, these episodes aired February 13th, 2001, the day before Valentine's Day, Logan.
Oh, wow. And
I
it's a
was
love
alone.
episode.
I was alone that year, probably upset that Vanessa Speaker wasn't talking to me, wasn't speaking to me.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. But no, I didn't really become like a yeah, what was that was 10th grade? That was definitely what was happening, dude.
Yeah,
I
that
was
was like,
sitting out I was sitting outside in the rain near where she lived.
was it you? Somebody told a story once where
Yeah.
they were gonna meet a girl
Yep,
out in
that's
the
me.
rain.
This is
That
this is me and this is Vanessa Speaker.
Oh, that's this story that you're.
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay. That's what I think
That
of it.
must have been right around now.
Yeah, that was a sad story.
Yeah, I know.
One of the saddest ones I've ever heard.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
I make a movie, I'm gonna put that. There's gonna be a scene like that in my movie.
I appreciate it. Who's gonna play me?
Yeah, me.
Oh, I like that. All right. You're gonna play me as a 15-year-old?
Yes, yes, I
Okay.
am. And I'm playing Vanessa Spico.
Oh, okay.
It's a one
Cool.
man show.
Yeah. We got what is it? Oh, right. Let me tell you what was going on February 13th, 2001, other than me being depressed.
You're right.
Uh, Miss Jackson by Outkast was the #1 song in America, and it also played in this week's episode of Angel. That has to be
Yeah,
the only time that ever happened.
that's the most current reference they've ever had in any of these
Yeah.
shows. Like
Yeah.
an OC type of thing they would do.
Yeah. Crazy. And it
Yeah,
couldn't have been planned. They just got lucky.
yeah, that is lucky.
All right. I've got some sport stuff.
All right, love sports stuff.
Okay.
I'm watching March Madness in another window right now.
Oh my God. Are you really?
No, I mean I'm not. I have my notes up, but it's like it's playing on my computer. I could look at it if I wanted to, but I'm not.
Okay. Um, how about this? The NBA All-Star game happened.
Love it.
All
Oh,
right.
the 2001. This was my favorite All-Star game for a long time. This was like Allen
This
Iverson.
yes, this is known. This is known as a famous All-Star game.
Yeah, this. Yeah,
Uh,
I was a big Allen Iverson fan, and this was known as like the Allen Iverson All-Star game. So
mhm.
this was huge.
So The West was up 95-74 with 9 minutes left. Okay. Kobe'd been dominating as well as Tim Duncan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Has to be
Uh,
expected.
yeah. But with those 9 minutes left, the East comes back, wins the game 111-110, thanks to the MVP performance of Allen Iverson and also Stephon Marbury. Hell of a game.
Oh wow, that's pretty big.
Mhm.
But yeah, I feel like this is legend like talked about as the best All-Star game. I don't know if
Hard to
that's
beat
true,
that,
but I feel
man.
like I've
Like
always
that,
heard that.
all-star games are always boring, and that sounds like an
Oh yeah.
actually like competitive game. So cool.
I don't think we'll ever get anything like that again. I think we're way past it. It'll never be competitive ever again.
You're probably right. They don't even get good players anymore.
What do you mean? They got good players.
Do they? Like the top guys playing the All-Star game still?
Yeah, mostly. Unless still someone's like hasn't played enough games to make it. Joel Embiid didn't do that this year. He got hurt right before. I think that might have been it. He was injured beforehand.
All right, the ESPYs happened. That's a sports awards show.
Right.
All right. The male athlete of the year was Tiger Woods.
Okay.
All right.
I would have is
He
golfing
swings
like
that
are
club.
you an athlete if you golf?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. If my dad could still do it, like, is that really athletic?
Like I get it's like a competitive sport, but it's not like athletic. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm sort of with you. And they really fucked up this year too, because the male star of the year was Tiger Woods, a golfer mired in controversy. Okay. And the female athlete of the year was Marion Jones, a track and field star who later had all her gold medals stripped away from her because they found out she was doing steroids.
Jeez. It's like that
Yeah.
survivor
Yeah.
Crystal Cox, right?
Crystal Cox. That's right. Yeah, I watched a 30 for 30 about Marion Jones.
Really?
Yeah,
You think boys should make one? Would that be even better? Or they already did it. He shouldn't waste his time.
yeah, probably not. I
Yeah.
want him to just keep making histories of every team of every sport.
That's really his bread and butter
That's
team
my favorite thing he does.
when he gets into the team stuff. Has he ever
Yeah,
done
yeah.
other stuff that like focuses on one player or anything? Or that's
Yeah,
his
yeah.
whole thing?
He did this amazing documentary about Dave Steeb, who is like a pitcher, a
Yeah, I've heard of
Toronto
him.
Blue Jays pitcher. That was unbelievable. So yeah, he can do that. But I just love I want him to do every team.
It's so clean, just the
Yeah,
guy going through every team. It's just
yeah.
it's so cool. It should
It's
definitely
like when
happen.
Sufjan Stevens is this musician, and he once started this thing he called the 50 States Project, where he wanted to do concept albums about every state in the country. And he did Illinois and Michigan, in not in that order, Michigan, then Illinois, and then he just stopped. And I was like, God damn it. All right, big album release this week. In the indie world, Logan. It's Stephen Malkmus's first solo album. And on the one hand, that's an incredible album, but it also signifies the announcement that Pavement is done.
Oh
They
shit.
have broken up. Um, so a bittersweet week for the D Train. Okay.
Yeah, your favorite band. Is there a word that rhymes with pavement?
uh show me. Are you making a reference to Pavement?
Yeah, I was, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Because that's from the song Harness Your Hopes, ladies and gentlemen, a B-side.
But yeah.
With the show me a word that rhymes with pavement, or I will kill your parents and roast them on a spit. What a line. What a line, gang. Um, we got but that's a great record. Stephen Malkmus's first solo album. Because it's mostly songs he was writing for the last Pavement album that they weren't able to finish because they were fighting constantly. Um, so movies. I've got some movies. The number one movie in America is Hannibal.
Wow.
All
Listen
right,
to our
check.
episode.
Listen to
Check the
our.
link
I
in the
was,
description.
I was just about to do that. Classic stuff. All right, and all right. Debuting at number 3 was the movie that was supposed to be the counter programming for Hannibal. I think they wanted it to be number 2, but it got beat by The Wedding Planner in its third weekend. Unfortunately, this is a film I love. Saving Silverman.
Oh yeah, Saving Silverman.
That's right, with Jason Biggs, Steve Zahn, Jack Black, Amanda Peet, and Amanda Detmore. Beat that cast. Beat it.
Nobody ever did.
Nobody ever did.
That's crazy. That was the best one ever
Yeah.
assembled.
All right. So that's what a classic.
Yeah.
Give her the old sweeperoo. That's something I still say. That's a line from that movie.
What does that refer to?
It's like if there's like crumbs on a chair or a bed or so, you give her the old sweeperoo.
Oh, that's not what I thought that was. I
Yeah.
thought, okay.
Okay, Logan,
Yeah.
I'm ready to talk about Buffy and Angel, all right?
Yeah. I would be, but Michigan State just had a sick basket. I'm
Fuck
just kidding.
off.
I'm just kidding. I'm not watching it. I swear to God. I was just a joke.
That's funny though. A sick basket. All right. Our writer for Buffy this week. Let's talk about Buffy first, right?
Yes,
What
please.
we usually do. The writer is David Fury, Buffy regular since season 2. This is his third episode of the season, probably his best one. Not a great season for David Fury. He wrote Real Me and Shadow. Now this one.
Mm, yeah.
And he does write one more Angel later in season 2 of Angel.
Okay.
So we'll see him one more time this year. And our director is Dan Attias, who's become like a real TV stalwart. He's still working today, and he's really good. But back then he was mostly known for movies. He had directed Silver Bullet, which is a werewolf movie from the 80s. You ever see that?
No, but I've heard of it.
Yeah, people don't really talk about it a lot because it's like American Werewolf in London and The Howling are both better. So like it's like
Are
how
those the
cool
same
is
year
it?
too?
Yeah, but it's like, is it that cool to be like the third best werewolf movie from the 80s?
Mm,
I don't think
no.
it's, yeah.
I
So,
mean,
but
kind
that's
of.
like, I guess. So anyway, that was his biggest movie. And then he's directed 2 episodes of Buffy,
What about
Shadow,
Teen
and
Wolf?
oh yeah, that's even better. You're right.
So it's probably fourth best.
Yeah, fourth best. All right. So he directed Shadow and this. Both David Fury episodes. I wonder
Yeah.
if there's a connection there. And then he's out. This is it for him on Buffy. And he never
Damn.
directs for Angel. So we're done with this
I
fucking
kind of like this
guy.
direction.
I didn't like it in Shadow. That was the one with the fucking fake snake, but this episode's good.
Yeah, it's pretty, and the direction specifically, I thought was pretty good.
Okay. Well, I'm excited to hear your notes. Why don't you scrotum?
Okay, I feel like this is like the most all over the place. My notes have ever been. I was just like, it's such a weird episode. I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just writing shit down. But we are start at the bronze, isn't that right?
Is it? Yeah,
I
yeah, it
believe
is.
so.
It is. Because there's 2 bronze bands in this episode. It's been such a long time since we've had a band at the bronze. Not, I think, since season 4, and there's 2 in one episode.
Wow,
I had to like do research on them. The
that's
one in
crazy. We
this,
haven't had any. Well, we've only been to the bronze like twice this season. I feel like.
yeah, and in one of them, it got destroyed.
Right. Triangle.
Yeah, triangle. So, yeah, it's redesigned in this episode, by the way. I don't know if you noticed, but there's signs on the wall with a new bronze logo that's like disgusting.
Yeah. Okay. I did notice that, and I was like, "Am I going crazy, or is this like kind of a new thing?" But they
Yeah.
did say, I think, that they were trying to fix the bar, right? Or
Yeah,
like
yeah. They were like
it's like under
using this
construction.
opportunity to like redesign it.
Because Spike makes a remark about how the beers are more expensive these days.
Right, and they got the bloomin' onion off the menu.
Oh, really? That sucks.
Yeah.
Why'd they do that? I feel
I
like
don't
that
know, but
would,
Spike's not happy about it.
yeah, that'd be a good moneymaker for them, possibly.
Maybe
Seems
they're
like,
trying to make it classier, and
yeah, maybe
that's
they
like
just fire
plebeian
their chef
food.
because
Yeah,
they
maybe now you have to buy like fucking avocado toast at the Bronze.
that's what all they have, avocado toast.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But so everybody's dancing except
Pork
for
belly.
Buffy because she doesn't have a boyfriend. But like it's Anya and Zayn. I thought Anya looked great in this scene, by the way.
I
What a nice
agree.
dress. I don't know.
I noticed the dress as well.
Yeah. But so Spike joins Buffy and he's like, Buffy, you're all alone. I figured you need a friend. So here I am, Spike. And Buffy's like, I hate you, Spike. What do you, I don't, leave me alone. So he's like, oh. so he leaves her alone. And he spilled some beer. I wrote Spike spilled some beer. Why did he do that? Was he drunk? I don't know. But anyway, so and Spike also he took some money from Xander. He stole his money and bought a beer with it.
Oh, and yeah, that's all good stuff. The Sorry, I forgot to mention the band in this scene is called Summer Camp. Okay, I
Yeah,
looked them up. They were at they were an indie band in the 90s. They launched in 93 and they literally broke up later this year.
that's them. Well,
Yeah.
what's
So
her name
this was
again?
their last
Summer
hurrah, Summer
Summer
Camp.
Camp. Summer Camp. Huh.
One
All right.
word.
Well, they made a Buffy episode.
Yeah, they got into a Buffy. All right. Sorry, keep going.
Is this important that Willow keeps getting headaches because when she uses her spells, like
Yeah,
against Glory?
probably.
It's probably
Probably.
important. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she did like a really intense spell, really intense for her, like teleporting a god. That's crazy. And so, like, she's having like literal physical reactions to that, which is probably not good.
Right. So yeah, they will flag that up. And but this was a weird part where Buffy's like, I really don't want to talk about Glory. Let's just enjoy the night or whatever. And Tara completely misunderstanding what Buffy's saying. She's like, well, we could just call Glory by a different name, like thinking that's gonna help. I understand they're setting up for the joke where Buffy is like Ben, like that, like that's
Right,
funny.
right.
But for Tara, that's such a dumb thought where Tara's like, well, Buffy to use a different name would help. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I thought she was making like a Harry Potter reference, though.
Was that really a Harry Potter
Yeah,
reference?
because she said like
Team,
she who must not be named.
yeah. I did notice that. I didn't know that was like a specific Harry Potter thing or not. But
I think it might have been.
all right, so
Harry
maybe a
Potter
Harry
was
Potter
like
reference.
first getting big right around this time. I remember in season 6, Dawn says Hogwarts at one point.
Well, remember, didn't Dawn talk about Harry Potter once?
Oh, she
With
might
the
have. She might
books,
have
she
been
was like,
reading it. Yeah.
yeah, she talked about how she read the books, and the movies hadn't even come out yet. That was fun.
Mhm.
She didn't say the movies hadn't come out. I was just saying that. But anyway, so Buffy sees Ben, goes over and talks to Ben or whatever, thanks him for Dawn the other day, like being nice to her, whatever.
He's a little worried at first, but then he realizes that that no one remembers that, you know, Glory is Ben. So he like eases up.
How does he not know by now that nobody else remembers?
He might know, but it's just such a weird thing that like he needs to like test it for a second.
Yeah, I understand being nervous and scared.
Yeah.
She's the Slayer after all too. That's
Yeah,
also
totally.
scary. So yeah, I understand. And Spike also notices in this moment that Buffy's with Ben. So I assume later that'll be a conflict. Spike versus Ben. I don't know.
We'll
Uh,
see.
we see a train station. Train comes up. There's a worker at the train station. He goes on the train because nobody's coming out, right? And we see a bunch of dead bodies.
I thought this
Who
scene
did it?
was very old school Buffy. Like it reminded me of like the Anointed One in season 1. Like really like old timey Buffy.
In what way?
Just like a train coming to town and like there's a mystery, you know, evil on the train. It's just like the kind of mystery we would get in the high school years.
Yeah. I think it's because it's handled with a lot of importance because maybe it's Drusilla. So we spend a lot of time on the scene, like we're setting up like a monster of the week, sort of. Even though
Yeah.
it's not really because it's just Drusilla and there's a lot of other stuff going on. But I don't know what I don't know. But we get the credits. Joyce says that she called Giles Rupert, and I think this is a turning point. I think we should start calling Giles Rupert.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think
Rupert.
yeah, I think we've grown.
I don't know if I'll be able to do that, to be honest.
Really, you just always call him
Yeah,
Giles.
it's just Giles to me.
All right, we'll stick with
But
Giles.
but yeah, I mean they've known each other carnally, Logan.
Right, right. Twice on the cop car.
That's right.
And Buffy, funny part here, but where Buffy's like, Dawn, did you take my cashmere sweater? And cut to Spike. He's got the sweater.
Yeah, he's just sort of, you know, caressing it.
He also has her underwear. Remember that?
Yeah, I'll never forget.
It's honestly weird that he's even spending time with the sweater when he has the underwear.
Well, sometimes it's you're feeling like a forlorn love moment. Sometimes you're feeling,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
I gotta get off right now.
I understand. This is he's this if this was not February 13th, it might be different, but he's feeling
That's
love.
right. Yeah.
The love episode. So Harmony comes in. Oh my God, I wrote such a funny joke in my notes. Oh my God. I never react to how funny my jokes are, but this was so funny. So Harmony comes in and she really wants to have sex with Spike, right? But
Yeah.
Spike says no. This is what I wrote. I wrote Spike was doing no harm
Oh my God.
because he was doing no harm. I
Yeah.
thought that was so funny. Oh my God. Anyway, so
It was good.
Harmony,
It was good. It was never gonna live up to your
I know
lead
I
up.
hyped it way too much,
Yeah.
but doing no harm, I thought was hilarious. So Harmony, she has a game. Did she come up with this game? I think she suggests the game, and he maybe came up with this specific game.
Yes, I think that's right.
So she's like, let's play a game. And then the game is Harmony has to pretend that like she's the Slayer. She's like running
It's
around the
funny,
crypt.
like she's trying to seduce him wearing like lingerie, and then he's like, "No, put on this blue sweater and these khaki pants and try to kill me."
Yeah, it's hilarious. Yeah, it's so funny. Spike's kind of like a scary stalker, though.
Oh yeah, 100%. He has no soul. Like I like the line later in the episode. Drusilla says like, "Oh, we can love quite well, if not wisely." And that I think is what Spike is going through. I think Spike has fallen in love with Buffy, but he just doesn't have a soul. He doesn't know how to do it properly.
Like he doesn't know like where the line is that he shouldn't be
Yeah, like
crossing.
he follows too many of his impulses and things, you know?
It's really interesting. Yeah. But yeah, this is hilarious. And so Spike comes in shirtless and he tackles Harmony to the ground.
Yeah.
And maybe they do have sex. So maybe my joke was all
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah. He does harm in that moment, I would
I
say.
guess he does harm, yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, I didn't know. I wrote UC Sunnydale. I didn't really know this was the University of California Sunnydale. I guess I didn't
Yes.
realize that until they show the big sign out front.
Yeah,
UC
they say
Sunnydale.
that sometimes. They call it that sometimes. You see Sunnydale.
Yeah, didn't really put it together. But
Mhm.
Willow and Tara, they're all talking about like a book they had to read, but Buffy, she just rented the movie, of course.
They're
And
talking about the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
okay.
And Buffy is saying that she rented the animated movie, but that was just a joke. She rented the live action movie.
Oh, I didn't even know what
Uh,
book they were talking about.
yeah, yeah. Well, when she says like the singing gargoyles and shit, that didn't clue you in. You never saw Hunchback of Notre Dame as a kid?
No, honestly, no. But I think what happened was I realized they were talking about a book. I kind of like zoned out. I was like, oh, book time.
Yeah,
They're talking about a book. It doesn't matter
that's
which
funny.
book.
I think we were doing a little bit of tie-in too, like metaphor tie-in, comparing Spike to Quasimodo.
What does he do?
Just like a creature who wants to love, but is is inevitably going to end in tragedy.
Oh, I don't know.
He's the
Quasimodo.
Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh shit, that's his name.
Yeah.
Quasimodo. Okay. I mean, I've heard that name before. But anyway, so Buffy, there's like a guy in the little, was this like the student center, whatever? I don't know. But there's like a guy reading a newspaper, and Buffy
I thought
steals
this
it,
was a real dick move on Buffy's part.
taking his newspaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's because it says something about the train, the murders that took place on the train. So Dawn, she likes Spike. She likes that Spike treats her like an adult, like everyone else treats her like a little baby, or like a. I think
I
she
like
says like a robot or something. But
I like that too. I think the chemistry between James Marsters and Michelle Trachtenberg is very enjoyable, and I'm not surprised that they go back to it just 1 week after we really see it for the first time.
yeah, no, I agree. I think they're delightful together. Hope to see
Y-
more.
Yeah.
And I think her crush is cute. Is this her?
Yeah.
Is this her first crush she's ever had?
No, she had crushed on Xander, and Xander is not
All
very
right,
happy
right.
that
He's
she
very
has a
upset.
new crush.
Yeah, duh. So stupid of me. Yeah, that was hilarious. So they basically talk and it's very nice. I don't know. Anything else in the scene?
Um, no, I guess not. But it's sort of low key my favorite scene in the episode.
I feel like we kind of dropped. I was interested in some of Tara's dynamics for a second, and then we kind of like
I know we
Drop
did
him.
like Tara alone with Buffy at one point. I feel like we did Tara alone with Xander at one point, and it was like all yeah, yeah. I feel like the writers like wax and wane on Tara too much.
And that, but now I'm interested in all the Dawn dynamics. I've moved on from Tara to Dawn.
Okay, right on.
Yeah. And so we go back to Buffy. She gets home from
Oh, you know
school.
what I liked? You know what I really liked about their interaction in that scene is Spike comparing the key thing to him. Like he's like, I started out as a human, I'm not anymore. Like as far as I can tell, it doesn't really matter how you start.
It's about the journey.
Yeah, and she's like, I get that. She says that. I love
Yeah,
that.
I
It's
get
sweet.
that. Yeah. And so Joyce is worried about Dawn because she's not home yet. So Buffy leaves, and then Buffy goes back to Spike's, right? And Spike was telling Dawn a funny story. It's actually not funny. It's like a
It was
scary
a
story.
scary story, yeah, about like maybe a little girl he once murdered.
Right, but it's like played funny, maybe.
Yeah,
Spike's like kind of funny about it. And Buffy's wants Spike to finish. She's like, finish the story. But then Spike makes it happy
yeah.
because Buffy's there. Pretty cute.
And Dawn's like, that's lame.
Yeah, I wish she wanted a scary story. So I like the scene where they're outside, Buffy and Dawn. This is
Yeah,
where
I like
Dawn
that too.
she says that Spike has cool hair and he wears cool leather coats. I feel like people don't call him leather coats enough, by the way. Like
Yeah,
leather
jackets.
jacket is what people say,
Hmm.
but leather coats sounded kind of sounds cool. Uh, yeah, she says alien doesn't treat her like an alien,
Yeah.
and then Dawn tells Buffy that Spike is in love with her. Dawn has no shot because
Right.
Spike loves
And
Buffy.
this is clearly news to Buffy.
Yes, which is crazy, kind of.
I know. But I mean Buffy does suppress this kind of shit and she's been in her head about Riley all season.
Yeah, but like when he showed up to kill her and then sat on the porch with her, like when she was
Yeah.
crying, I feel like
Totally.
she should have realized.
Yeah,
But
but I mean in that moment she's so in her head about her mom
oh
that
right,
it
that
might
was her
not have
mom
even
being sick.
registered. Yeah.
Yeah, she was worried about other stuff. She has a lot going on this, especially like yeah, with Dawn and Riley and
Yeah,
Joyce. This
yeah.
is
I think that her life is just very complicated right now. She's also going to fucking college.
yeah, we'll cut her some slack. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine. Um, so Buffy gets Xander. They're gonna go to the train to go
I
look at.
like this. It's like they had nothing to do with Xander in this episode, clearly. So let's give him like one scene. He's like hanging out with Buffy on the train. That's
Well, he
good.
has this one and then the one with Giles later on, or
Oh
it's
yeah,
not
yeah,
with
that's true.
Giles. Is it this? I don't. Whenever he gets mad, is it this
I
one? I think it is this scene actually.
I
Oh yeah,
do
it is.
think it's this scene. Yeah, I think Nicholas Brandon makes the best of the smaller moments he has. I feel like Xander gets less screen time as the series goes on, or he at least is in this season, and but he makes the best of it. Like he always like has a standout moment in every episode.
But I kind of think, like, I mean, Willow hasn't done that much this season either, besides Magic. But I think Xander's probably had more time than Willow.
Yeah, I feel like um I don't want to say anything, but
Well, I know you said Willow gets like a
yeah,
bigger
Willow
step up in the
gets
next
more to
season.
do in the next season, and I feel like Xander is kind of status quo.
Okay. Well, Willow, I mean, she does have Xander's only thing really is Anya, whereas Willow has Tara, but also she's a fucking wizard.
Yeah, yeah,
Not a
yeah.
wizard. What is it called?
A Wiccan, a
A
witch.
Wiccan. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, a little more important. But but
Level
anyway,
5.
level 5 we learned from Tara. Yeah. Uh, so we go. So Buffy. Oh yeah, Xander gets upset because Dawn likes Spike. He's like, "What? I thought she liked me. I'm so
Yeah.
cool." I don't know. It's funny. Um,
This is the scene where Buffy slumps into the tape outline of the dead body. It's very funny.
really?
You didn't notice that?
No, that's really funny.
Oh my god, dude.
I noticed like when they walked on all the taped seats though, she sat in one of the
Yeah,
spots.
she sat like there's one taped seat that's done where like the arm is on the armrest, and Buffy just like she like gets depressed and like sits down in the chair in this like sad position, and it's exactly the shape of the tape.
That's really funny.
It's great.
Yeah, that's upsetting. So, all right. We're in a car, Buffy and Spike.
Yeah. We're on like a stakeout, right? Because Spike says he's like spotted a couple vamps that might be behind the train thing.
Yeah, so yeah, that's right. And at this point, Buffy's a little freaking out because she knows that Spike is in love with her, or at least she's heard the rumors that Spike is in love with her.
Right. So she's like hyper aware of things Spike is doing.
Right, like he reaches for his drink, and she thinks he's gonna try to molest her. It seemingly.
No. I think she thinks it's alcohol. She just says ew. And Spike thinks she thinks it's blood. So she's
No, no,
like,
no. When he
what?
reaches for it to get it out of his glove compartment, and she like
Oh,
screams like when he
oh,
reaches
I
for
guess
it.
so. Yeah, I
She's like,
guess in
ah!
that moment she thinks he's gonna touch her or something.
Yeah. Yeah, but he drinks and drives, which not cool, Spike. Don't do that. I like how he called it a stakeout, by the way. That's pretty funny considering the vampire element.
Good stuff.
Spike likes the
When are we
Ramones.
gonna cover that on the show? Stakeout.
What's that?
That's a great we should do that. It's only a 1 week thing. Richard Dreyfuss and Emilio Estevez from the 80s. It was called Stakeout. Then they made a sequel called Another Stakeout.
Yeah, I mean, like I've heard of it. Is it like Midnight Run or something?
Yeah, I guess. It's like
Or are they
that
like cops doing a stakeout?
they're doing a stakeout. Yeah.
Okay.
But they like fall in love with the women they're staking out. It's good.
Isn't there a Seinfeld episode, The Stakeout?
Yeah, it's episode 2 of the whole series.
Episode two of the whole series, yeah.
And the first time you hear George introduce the alter ego Art Vandelay.
Absolutely. That's the first thing I thought of when we confirmed it was episode two.
Mm-hmm.
And the first episode of Julia Louis-Dreyfus, I believe, right?
That is correct, yes, because she is not in the pilot.
Crazy. They went with the pilot and didn't realize we don't have Julia. We're messing
Well,
up.
there's a waitress in the pilot that was supposed to be the female lead on the show, and they didn't think it worked. And every time I see that actress in anything, it's like when I see Gray Scott, and I'm like, yeah, that's Wolverine. Anytime I see that actress in anything, I'm like, oh my god, fake Elaine.
Wow, I don't know who she is, but I'm gonna look her up, and then
Yeah.
from now going forward, that's what I'm gonna think as well. That's really sad for her.
Yeah.
All worked
Okay.
out.
Where
But
are we?
anyway, so we follow the vampires inside their little building, and we notice that they've been living there for a while. These aren't the same vampires that just showed up
Right,
last
they've
night.
nested.
Yeah, and they're popping popcorn.
And
They're
they've
like
got like
having a movie
candles
night.
going and shit. Like, yeah, they've been living there a while.
Yeah, they're probably gonna watch a romantic film with all the candles and it being Valentine's
What
Day.
do you think? They're a couple of poofters like Spike?
Were they gay?
I don't know, but Spike
Was it
has
two
that
men?
line. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't notice. Yeah, I guess. Poofters, that's what he called it.
Spike says that, yeah.
That's crazy. Uh, Poofters. I know poof was like a UK thing
Yeah,
meaning
but
gay.
I
I never heard
guess
poofters
I
before.
guess sometimes they switched it up to poofters.
Jesus, that sounds. I
Yeah.
feel icky saying that word right now. That's terrible. So we leave, and but there's like a whole thing where Buffy's like, Spike, what is this? Are we on a date? What's going on right now? Spike's like, no, what? Unless you want us to be on a date.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh, really
know.
bad move on Spike's behalf. Um, but he finally gets it out and it doesn't go well for him.
No, he says he says like Angel was a bad vampire, but well, I guess he was a good vampire. But he says like Angel was a vampire, but I can be like Angel was. It's not
Yeah.
it can work out, but she leaves. It doesn't yeah. And then we see Drusilla. Spike gets home to his crypt.
Yeah. Well, when they were on the bus earlier, there was that shot at the end where it like zoomed in on a little doll in the overhead compartment.
Ah,
That was a little hint that it was Drusilla.
what the fuck? I know what you're talking about, and I noticed that, and I thought that was just like a I don't know what I thought that was, I
I think
guess.
you probably thought it was a hint to whatever the monster of the week was, but it's
I
Drusilla.
mean it was though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess I thought that was being used as like a magical thing to like possess things. But you're right. I remember early on I kept bringing up about Drusilla like what are these fucking dolls? What is she doing? Why is she
Yeah.
always having these dolls? And it came back and I didn't even notice it. This would have been the moment where it all clicked for me and it didn't happen. So I feel a little upset right now.
It's like Jonathan. Oh, all over again.
Uh yeah, Jonathan. Is he ever gonna come back?
Of course.
Oh wow, I didn't expect that honestly. You said of
Yeah.
course, like it was such wow.
We
I guess
have
it
so much more Jonathan.
okay, wow. So, all right, so Drusilla's there. We go to a commercial immediately. I love writing down commercial. That's my favorite thing. So Drusilla, she ends up telling him the whole thing about how Darla came back and I got, or yeah, Darla's back and I'm back and I got Darla and now we're gonna go get Angel. It's a
Right.
great time.
She's still got like burn wounds on her from the Angel episode redefinition from 3 weeks ago.
Right. She mentions that, yeah, Angel fucking burned us all and
Yeah.
that wasn't very fun.
You can see
But
it though. Did you notice that on
I
her
did,
face
yeah.
and shit? Yeah.
It was cool. I wondered how it was why it was only in like a few spots, but I got over it pretty quickly.
Well, but it's because it's 3 weeks ago. And they're vampires; they heal fast. I wondered like this was a cool little crossover for us doing this show, but I wondered like someone who was just watching Buffy at the
Oh,
time,
true.
like that must have come out of left field.
True. But she explains it. I mean, I guess you don't need to see it because she does
You can
explain.
tell it's an Angel storyline because she mentions Angel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Angel burned us a few weeks ago. And I love
Oh,
Spike.
and honestly, if I was only watching Buffy and I saw that scene, I'd have been like, "Damn, gotta tune into Angel. He's fucking burning Darla Drusilla alive.
Yeah, I
Sounds
wonder
good."
how many people it won over by this one little moment. You gotta
Yeah,
gotta watch Angel now. That's a good point. I never thought about this, but Spike he says he's got a good thing going in Sunny D. I never called it
yeah,
Sunny D or thought about it like that, but it is Sunny D. By the way,
yeah. I
I
like
hate
it.
Sunny D. What about you?
Disgusting, absolutely
Fucking
vomit
disgusting.
inducing.
When I was
I
a kid, I
remember
used to
trying.
like it.
Yeah, I never did. But like I was okay with it. Like if I was at a friend's house and they poured Sunny D, I could drink it as a kid. But I the last time I ever had it was as an adult. It was like right around the time I was starting to get sober. And I got a Sunny Delight and I think my girlfriend did actually. My girlfriend at the time and like I had some of it and I was shocked how disgusting it was.
Ugh, it's like slimy, you know?
Yeah, it tastes
Like
like
a
bile.
what's bile? That sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's some shit that's inside of you right now.
I only know Simone Biles. You know her?
Yeah, I do.
The
Of course,
gymnast.
Simone Biles, twisties.
What's that?
Don't you remember when she got twisties during the Olympics?
No, I
Simone
don't.
Biles is one of the greatest gymnasts of all time, bar none. Like top five, like Mount Rushmore of gymnasts. I pay attention to this sort of thing.
That'd be a top four, actually. Mount
Yeah, yeah,
Rushmore.
top four Mount Rushmore, whatever. She'd still make it in the top. She wasn't the fifth of the top five.
Yeah, that's impressive.
She but one Olympics, she got this thing that gymnasts get sometimes called the twisties, where they like lose their equilibrium, and so they become like mentally scared to do the thing they've been conditioned to do their whole
Ooh.
life.
I thought I've
Yeah,
heard it called like the yips. You ever hear it called
that's
that?
that's what you call it, like across any sport. Yeah, but
Oh,
there's like a very specific gymnast version of that called the twisties.
wow.
Yeah, yeah, and they made a big deal. Like a lot of people really judged her during that Olympics, but if you like know anything about gymnastics at all, like that's like a legitimate thing that happens.
Damn. Well, I
Yeah.
didn't know about that. That makes me I care
So
about
shout
her
out
more
to
than I did
Simone
2 minutes
Biles.
ago.
Yeah, very good. Okay.
I know she has like a husband. That was a big deal. People were like,
Yeah,
"Is her
yeah,
husband's
she
not
got
famous, but he thought he was or something."
that's right. She got married within the last couple of years. I follow her on the gram.
Oh.
What's what's next?
Harmony shows up and she's like, Drusilla, I'm no threesomes. We're only having a threesomes if it's two boys and me, or if it's with Charlie's Theron, is what she
That's right.
says.
Yeah, Theron, she pronounces it, I
Oh yeah,
noticed.
I did notice that. Yeah, you're right. Theron. I thought about saying it like that, but I forgot. Yeah. Damn it. How do you say it?
I say Theron.
Because yeah, Charlie's Theron. Because everybody says it differently. Not everybody, but there are. I've heard a lot of people say it
Yeah,
a
but I
few
think
different
I've
ways.
heard like her win Oscars and shit, and I think they were saying Theron.
Wait, how did she say it? Theron.
Yeah.
Theron. Yeah, that I've heard. Yeah, those are like the two most common ways. But I'm Theron. Just it sounds
What was
cooler.
Charlize Theron even doing in 2001? Like, what was she
I
known
don't
for?
know. That's actually a good point because I thought her famous movie was like 2004, wasn't it? When she won the award.
Well, Monster was 2003, and I think she did like Italian Job that same year. She was like in stuff before then, like That Thing You Do and
Isn't
fucking
she in one scene of that movie?
yeah, yeah, but she's in it, and she's in it's Devil's Advocate, but
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
let's see, like
That was a
oh,
long time ago.
she done Cider House, okay,
Okay.
yeah, and Reindeer Games. So she was like
Okay.
starting to get bigger movies. 2001, the year this came out, she had Sweet November with Keanu.
So, but this is like a pretty current kind
Yeah,
of
that's
like
a very current reference, Charlize
people, yeah,
Theron
people
this
might not even know who she is yet. I kind of
time.
didn't think about that, but you're right. This is early for Charlize. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Um, by the way, Harmony calls Drusilla Morticia. Was that a Adam's Family reference?
I thought about it. I wondered whether it was definitely an Adams Family reference, but I wondered whether they gave it to Harmony specifically because she was in the Adams Family.
I didn't even think about that until right now, but which is fucking crazy because we just talked about it. But yeah,
Yeah,
she was. That's actually they probably did.
yeah.
Wow, I like that so much more now. I thought about it. I was like, whoa, we're doing the Adams Family. They should call her Morticia. But Harmony, that has to be it. That's so fun.
Yeah,
That's great. Who wrote it? Fury.
yeah. David Fury.
Wow, shout out to him. Should we get him on the Adams Family episode? He's clearly a fan. He loves the Adams Family.
Maybe. Yeah,
Let's
let's
get
bring
him.
him in.
So Spike ends up, he chokes Harmony and he says, hit the road. Or at least I wrote that down. I don't know if he said that to her.
I don't remember him saying that.
Okay. And then Spike apparently think this was crazy to me. How is Spike how did Spike bite that girl?
What girl?
Whenever Spike and Drusilla like they go to the bronze and they see the couple, Spike ends up biting her, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess so. I guess he power. It's really painful. I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, can he? He just like really has to summon every ounce
Yeah,
of his
maybe.
ability, or I really blew my mind in that moment. I was like, was everything we thought not real, or did Drusilla take the chip out? I was really confused, kind of. But
No, no, he still got the chip.
yeah, I didn't really understand. But anyway, so we go to Buffy's house, and Buffy like told her family about Spike loving her, and Willow is like, "What? Spike loves you?" And I thought this was funny. Actually, Buffy says third base for Spike is whenever she beats him up all the time.
Yeah.
What is third base? Can I ask that? Because I
Uh,
feel like everyone has different answers.
I
Is
think
there a
it's oral.
that's what I thought, actually.
Yeah.
What's first and second base?
I think
Versus
first is
kissing
like
each other?
making out, and then like second is like feeling each other up, and then third is
That's actually
oral.
pretty easy then. So first is like smooching, second hands,
Yeah,
third tongue, fourth doing it all the way.
that's right.
Wow, that's pretty easy actually. My whole life I was like felt dumb because I never knew whenever someone would be like first base because that can mean anything. I feel like everyone's moving the goalposts of what
Oh my
first base. Oh,
God.
now I use two different sports metaphors for
I've rounded those bases faster than men in the major leagues have actually run the bases.
that can't be true. That means you did a home run in like 12 seconds. What's the
Sure.
fastest anyone's ever run the bases?
There's fat guys though that go slow.
So
I'm talking about one
you're
of those
bragging about
guys.
going all the way in
That's
15
right.
seconds
That's right.
is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Does that mean to completion?
No, no, no. What upon entry?
What does that mean now?
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Entry into their life or entry
No.
into okay. I'm very confused. So we go to I don't know what's going on anymore. Buffy. I don't even know where we are. We go to the bronze. Let's go to the bronze, okay?
Okay. There's
Uh
another band there.
yeah, who was it? I wrote band question mark. I was gonna ask
Yeah.
you.
They're called Devix. I looked them up.
Rick
They
Devix.
no. What is that from?
That was a stupid Survivor joke.
Rick
Rick
Devon?
Devens.
Yeah,
Rick
all right.
Devens. Yeah.
No, Devix. They're like I don't know. They were a girl band. I actually thought they were the better of the two. I mean, at least in the episode. I only listened to what was in the episode. But yeah, they didn't really catch on either. Not big bands this week.
Has there ever been a band bigger than Chibo Mato? Is that still number one?
There will be, but not yet.
Hmm. Okay. Uh, by the way, in the OC this week, they talked about how I forgot the bait shop. Is that the name of that place? But they
Yeah.
talked about how they're like, how do they keep getting such current huge bands there? Like the Seth had a comment about it. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Uh, all right, so we go to Buffy's house again. Buffy ends up telling Willow, she's like, I gotta go deal with Spike, but I need you to do something for me. And at the end, we learn what it was. That was a cool, really cool moment. But
Wait, what was it again? I'm sorry. I'm struggling a
she
little
made
bit.
it where Spike can't go back in her house anymore.
Right. Oh yeah, yeah. And that was like the closing moment of the episode too.
Yeah, really
Because
cool.
yeah, she let Spike in back in becoming part one.
Wow.
Two?
I don't
One?
know.
Two?
Does it matter?
I think it's two. Um, but anyway, she that's a big moment. Like he's been able to get in there for a few years now, and now locked out again.
Yeah, that's but it shows how friendly. It actually made me realize how far they've come. Like they've been such good friends this whole time. She's just let him come in whenever he wants. I didn't really think about it too much, but he's just had
Yeah.
access the whole time. She hasn't cared.
If you really think about it, Spike has legitimate specific relationships with both Dawn and Joyce.
Right. Yeah.
Like he's part of the family.
A little bit, yeah. They would love if Buffy was like, I'm dating Spike now. You're right. They do have a great relationship with him. But
Hmm.
Buffy will not let him back in. What if they go hang out at Spike's house? How upset would Buffy be? That'd be hilarious. They're like, we're gonna go play
Yeah,
video
I
games
know.
at
I know.
Spike's.
If she got home and like no one was there, they're at Spike's. All right.
So we
What's
end up
next?
killing some people. Those people at the bronze. I was pretty confused. Then we go to Spike's crypt, and I wrote a million things down. Oh my god. So Buffy ends up coming in. She's like, "Where's Spike at?" And Spike, this is where she finds his big shrine. He had a big
Yeah,
Buffy shrine.
it's very creepy. And is Spike an amazing sketch artist as well? Like we know Angel
He,
is, but
right.
it seems like Spike is too.
Yeah, I don't know how he got these,
He's
but yeah,
also
so
got these big glossy pictures of Buffy, like headshots and shit.
yeah, I guess I didn't really think about where he got all this stuff, but yeah, I guess let's not think about it. But Drusilla has this big zapping stick.
It's a cattle prod, is what it is.
Oh
It's
yeah, I didn't
exactly the
know.
weapon that WWF wrestler the Mountie uses.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah, do you remember the Mountie? We're
Yeah, of
talking about him
course.
right now on the Sunday Night
Jacques
Wars.
Rougeau. I
Why
didn't
don't
know
you
he had a cattle prod.
link to that shit? In yeah, in no, in the last match we saw at WrestleMania, he used it for the first time that we saw anyway. Um, but yeah, Drusilla and the Mountie use the same weapon.
I love that. It's amazing. But then Spike turns it on Drusilla and uses it on Drusilla. And so we have Buffy and Drusilla both tied up. And Spike tells Buffy, he says, I love you, Buffy. And to prove it, I'm going to kill Drusilla. And here's a line I related to Drusilla. Okay.
Yeah.
Because Spike says when he says he loves Buffy, or Drusilla starts laughing, right? And
Mm.
Spike says, Drusilla, we don't need the laugh track. Or I guess I related to Spike here because
Yeah.
that's what I said about the Addams Family TV
I
show.
thought of you in that moment.
I said we could do without the laugh track.
Hmm.
I thought that was really funny. So Drusilla, this was really sad actually to me. Drusilla was like, I knew all along that you loved Buffy. How that sucks because I called it forever ago.
She
And
did.
yeah, we saw the flashback where he was like obsessed with Buffy, and she
Yeah.
was like, "You love her," and he was like, "No." And then she had like that uh chaos demon. What
Yeah.
was it called? Yeah, chaos demon.
Slime and antlers.
Slime and antlers. Yeah, and that made me so sad because that's like you always hear the story of like the people cheat on the person who they say like not to worry about, you know.
Right. It's always the one you're worried about the whole time.
And she was right. It reminded me of all those scenarios you
Mhm.
hear about. So that sucked for
The
Drusilla.
one time I got cheated on, it was with the dude I was worried about.
Yeah, it always is.
Mhm.
That's your instinct is usually right.
Yep.
Yeah, that sucked for Drusilla. But I don't know. So Spike says he's gonna prove a point, but doesn't really happen. Because Buffy, I actually really liked this. This is actually like well written and made a whole lot of sense. Because Spike says, I'll kill her and then it'll prove to you that I love you. And Buffy's like, uh, wait, that would just prove to me how much of a piece of shit you are. You're killing the one other
Right.
person you love. That's terrible. And he's like, oh, yeah, yeah, you got me.
See, this is the kind of thing like that makes sense to him rationally, like as like an act of love, but he doesn't have a soul. Like he doesn't know how to act.
Yeah, he's just throwing it. He thinks it's gonna be sweet, but it's fucking
Yeah.
crazy. And I love his reaction when she says that it's not gonna do anything for her. He's like, "Come on, this is the Drusilla, the love of my life, the one I like, the famous Drusilla, and I'm gonna kill her for you." And she's like, doesn't do anything for me. His reaction is just so funny, throwing a little
Yeah,
fit.
he's great. He really throws a fit. I love when he just like breaks down, calls them bitches.
But yeah, you bitches, what are you always doing this to me? Uh, but yeah, so this is great. Uh, he he's gonna get my MVP for this one.
Marsters.
I didn't write down anything for MVP, LVP in either of these. They were just too confused by the episodes.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah, I am
fair.
gonna go. I'm gonna go with him.
Yeah, it's probably him. I mean, he's got that scene with Dawn earlier too. But yeah, I'll give it to him too.
Yeah, yeah, really cool. I didn't like, but this other moment was crazy where Spike ends up. He says to Buffy, "If you don't say you love me, then I'm gonna untie Drusilla and let her kill you." Why would he want Buffy to say she loved him if it was only so she didn't die? Why would that even mean anything to him?
I don't really know.
Yeah, and I don't really understand.
Yeah,
Um,
hard
but
to make sense of Spike's motive
yeah, I
sometimes.
guess yeah, it doesn't really make sense. But Harmony shows up and she's like, "What? You forgot about your actual girlfriend? Well, me? This is
Right.
not nice." And do we fight? I think we get
What
a
do you
big
mean?
fight.
Yeah, yeah, we got to fight for sure.
Yeah, but nobody gets hurt. But I remember like in this whole it's like a really long scene. It's like 10 minutes of the 40-minute episode probably. And I was kind of on edge. I was like, Drusilla, he might kill Drusilla. He might somebody Drusilla could kill Spike. Buffy could kill Spike. Harmony could kill Spike. And then I thought Spike could kill Harmony. I thought Drusilla could kill Harmony. I thought Harmony could kill Drusilla. I thought anything could happen. I was on edge. Uh like Christian circa 2021
Oh my God.
when they had a great match. I don't know.
Sure.
Uh, I don't know why I've said 2021. I could have said any other like earlier year. Probably happened. Do they have Matt? They
Yeah,
didn't really fight that much though. Each
I'll.
other.
Do you know that they have a match, or they did? I haven't watched it yet. They did last night.
I think that's why I thought of it. I think because my brother sent me something about it.
Yeah, they had an I Quit match last night on
Yeah, I saw
Dynamite.
that. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Cause my
Mhm.
brother sent me something about that.
Christian Cage versus the rated R superstar Adam Copeland, of course.
Right. So great stuff. Buffy goes home. She's walking home. Spike catches up to her from he's like, Buffy, hold up, wait up. And Buffy's really mean. She says, I want you off this planet, she says. I never heard somebody say something so mean. Um, but she walks in her house, closes the door, or I guess doesn't close the door. It's open. Spike tries to walk in, but he can't
That's
because
right.
Willow did
He hits
the
that
spell,
barrier, baby.
the little force field thing. Yeah. Great ending. The ending was
Yeah,
one of the best parts of the whole episode, I thought.
agreed.
I like the
Um,
Dawn stuff.
Pretty good episode.
Pretty good episode.
But
Weird
again,
episode.
pushing plot lines forward doesn't really have its own hook.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, what's the name of it again?
Crush.
Crush. I guess I'll remember that because of the whole Dawn. She
Well, I
did play.
remember it because it's just about like Spike being into Buffy.
Interesting. It is. I also thought it was more about Dawn realizing she had a crush on Spike. Remember,
Yeah.
she tells Buffy she likes Spike. But you're right. It's
Hmm.
like a double. I feel like most titles are like a double-sided thing. They
Yeah,
usually
they
mean
like
stuff for
that.
one character and another character.
Mhm.
But besides Triangle, that was like a one.
That just means nothing.
So 3 stars. Spike MVP. Who's the LVP?
I was thinking
Giles?
about Willow.
Willow. She did a whole spell that kept Spike
Oh
out.
yeah, I guess so. But I liked Giles in that scene with Joyce at the beginning.
What about we go Rupert instead?
I
What'd Tara
don't
do?
know.
Anya had a nice
Not
dress
not
on.
much, and she had that dumb line early on. Maybe it is Tara.
But it was like a playful line. I don't think she meant it seriously. And it was a Harry
Yeah,
Potter reference, I
but
guess.
if I'm thinking Willow and you're telling me Willow did stuff in this episode, maybe I'll go Tara. I'm just a
Yeah,
little
because she
bored by
didn't.
them right now.
It's true. It's well, yeah. Yeah. All right, Tara. I have no problem with that.
Yeah. Okay.
No
Who's
glory,
your
only Ben.
right? We saw Glory in the form of Ben.
Yeah, only yeah, in the form of Ben this episode.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. What do you give it?
And I can't go LVP Knight of Byzantium. They're not in this
No,
episode.
they didn't show up this week.
What'd you ask?
What did you give it on 1 to 5?
I give it 3.
Yeah, I guess me too. All
I don't
right.
know
So
where
we're
I rank it though. That's a problem. I didn't rank it yet. And I'm looking at it. I'm just gonna go like I'm gonna go under, I'll go between out of mind, out of sight, and where the wild things are. No, wait, out of that I was thinking out of my mind. Revelations in the Dark Age? The Dark Age out of mind, out of sight?
that feels okay. Revelations in the Dark Age. I feel like it's about that good.
Okay. I like that. So you want me to
Yeah.
start about there for you?
Um.
Revelations?
Yeah. Revelations.
Okay. You have that higher than me. By the way,
Oh, do I? Well, then where's something blue?
I had Revelation 74, you have it 41, so a lot
Where do I
higher
have
than me.
something blue?
You have 58, so
All
further
right.
down.
Start me down from there.
Something blue, phases, no I in team. Welcome to the
It's
Hellmouth.
the I in team. It's not no I in team.
Are you fucking serious? I wrote no I in
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
Big mess up. Welcome to the Hellmouth, the Harvest, Enemies, Dead Man's Party, the Dark Age, Teacher's Pet, Witch. That's way too low. That's like under the first episodes. That's crazy. I didn't realize that. Goodbye, Iowa. Listening to
Oh, there
Fear.
we go. I think I like that between Witch and Goodbye Iowa.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This this episode is better than Listening to Fear.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm having real problems with this episode. I like it. So you ended up putting it 68, and I put it 75. I think that makes sense. You did
Yeah,
like
that's
it an
close.
itsy bit more than me.
Incy, yeah.
Itsy bit. So there's Buffy. There's Buffy with Crush.
Yeah. All right, so we move on to Angel, correct?